today so far? All right, well, guys, so this is how this talk is going to work. We have 4 most extreme predators that you can find here in the aquarium in the wild. You guys can ask questions if you like. If your video totally is fine, if you use social media, hit the tag as a hashtag #aquarium is our rule. If you like to. Now, doing this talk, I only have necessarily an order I know it. Since there's only 4 of you guys today, you have a certain thing you want to start talking about first when it comes to predators. Alright, usually everyone just pick the mantis shrimp. That's okay, that's my favorite one. So, this down here is the mantis shrimp. And what I'm holding is her skin or her molt. So, mantis shrimps, lobsters, crabs, spiders, scorpions have to molt off their exoskeleton and they'll shed it off. Now, if you guys want to feel it, just 2 fingers, you can touch right here on the top of the body. So all this is her bones, literally her bones in her shell on the outside. When it gets too small, she has to crawl out of it and grow a new one. She's not in this one anymore. She's in her habitat in the aquarium. You'll see her later. It's a lot bigger now. But yeah, she crawled out of this one years ago. I'm not actually sure when. But she is a female mantis shrimp. So it does get the name mantis shrimp. Those large, bright arms on the front. And those arms, like you mentioned earlier, are good at punching and cracking things. But the cool trick is, she can punch faster than you and I can blink. In fact, to film the punch, it takes a camera, a very special, expensive one, to slow it down several thousands of a second to actually catch her moving the arm and strike it. That's how quick it is. And the force is strong enough to shatter glass, a crab leg, clamshell is her favorite, and even create a little bit of light friction and heat, which is kind of cool. So it's very, very effective. Yeah. Now she has spears on the end of her arm, so she's going to be more of a spear and catch things quickly. But other ones can more pound and break through things.
So what does she eat?
So her main diet is mainly going to be clams and mussels, and sometimes fish, sometimes other shrimps. She's very, very aggressive and territorial. So believe it or not, her glass is bulletproof. It is actually a very, very strong acrylic because she could actually break through it if she had to, or wanted to. But she's never actually done that. This is a picture of what she does kind of look like. She actually is a peacock mantis shrimp. That's why she has nice, beautiful peacock-like colors on her body. Her eyes are actually her most effective tool. So those eyes are on stalks. She can see pretty much 360 all around her in different directions at different times. So she can look forwards, backwards at the same time, left and right. But she can also see colors we can't see. So her eyes can pick up ultraviolet light, infrared light, and with those panels on the sides of her body, she can reflect sunlight and look directly at the sun. So that she's a really cool superpower. It makes her a very good predator. Oh yes, so there's some that come in yellows, blues, but peacocks have a beautiful peacocky color. Yeah. Yeah, that's why she's a very extreme predator, but a very effective predator. So where she lives in like the little oyster beds and little rocks, she keeps population of oysters and clams in checks. So she kind of controls population. A lot of predators too. They have to eat to survive, but also maintain a natural balance, you could say. Anybody play Jenga before?
Yeah.
If you take more blocks out, what happens? It's gonna fall. So if you have too much, you might fall over. Too little, will definitely fall. Just keep that in mind when you think about these predators. They always get pumped out. So you know, little mantis shrimp, small but powerful, very, very effective. Mantis shrimp, peacock mantis shrimp, and she's in the aquarium for the last exhibit you see. She's kind of a dull color, but she's about to molt again. So hopefully we'll have a new skin. So the thing is, sometimes they eat their skins or like break apart during the molt, so you don't always get a perfect one. Fingers crossed. It's brand new. Larger skin, but she's actually not that large. This was years ago. She's a beautiful color when she is. The lifespan? Not sure exactly. She's about 5 years old, and he's there for 10 to 20 years. For that. And like I said, still growing. Females can sometimes be a bit harder than females. And they're not social, so they live alone.
They're all by their loners.
Yeah, they need their own space. They will
Very territorial.
Yep. Or a diver or a shark, something big, she can fight that off. So yeah, they're very powerful predators. She's more Indo-Pacific Ocean, but there are some in the Atlantic Ocean and other parts of the world too. So I tell everybody, if you're a diver or if your hands, make sure you're careful with your hands in the rocks, because that punch hits your fingers, it can really hurt. Yeah. So just let you know. Any questions on the mantis shrimp? That's like that. If you guys just coming in, we're just talking about most extreme predators. Alright, so we're talking about mantis shrimp. Another animal. This one really good too. Sharks. Everyone go with sharks? That's really good. Yes. We have sharks in the aquarium. Does anybody know what type of sharks? That picture in this jaw.
With white shark.
It's a cousin of great whites. You guys are close. So this one's got a little more common, more famous. You're really close with sand. Something in the middle is sand. Sand tiger shark. So the sand tiger is a close cousin of great whites, but it's much smaller. It only gets about 8 to 10 feet fully
Wait,
grown.
is that the mouth?
This is a mouth, yeah.
That's
So you guys are going to touch this very carefully with 2 fingers. Actually, several more. I'll flip it around in a second. So they can have sometimes 5 or 6 rows of teeth in the back. So not just these other ones. Now, if you notice their teeth, they are very sharp, very crooked, very curved-like. Now, it's not to bite people. That's to catch slippery fish. Oh, no, don't go back. So their teeth actually help them hook into small, slippery fish. That's their main diet. Think about sand tiger sharks. They only eat twice a month in the wild. The aquarium, we only feed them about 4 or 5 times a week. That's it. So very slow metabolism. They don't eat all the time, but they are very important predators. You guys like seafood? Are you seafood lovers? Okay. All right, think about the seafood you and I eat when it comes to the ocean, right? Sharks eat sick and dying fish, making the ocean nice and clean and healthy. We eat all the healthy, clean fish. Without sharks, we wouldn't have any good fish to eat. So think about that next time you're at a restaurant. Think a shark, because they keep the ocean nice and healthy, clean, makes our fish taste really, really good. So these guys are really awesome predators, very, very important predators, but unfortunately they're an endangered predator. So a lot of sharks are disappearing all the time. They're hunted for their fins. So shark fin soup is a big problem in other countries. And the sand tiger shark is very endangered.
Is he probably the most endangered?
One of the most. I would say whale sharks are high up there. Great whites are also critically endangered too. Yep. So a lot of big sharks only breed every couple of years. Sand tigers have 1 or 2 babies every 3 years. That's a long time in between pregnancy. And it could be 9 to almost 13 months being pregnant. So
9 months is enough.
yeah. Yeah, so when he hauls out there, it can be longer. Elephants it's 2 years. That's still very but yeah, for sharks they only have a few pups at a time for some species. But the baby sharks when they're born are about 1 foot long. And in the wild, if you're that small, you're gonna be eaten like anything, even other sharks. So it's a hard life being a baby shark. But if you think about where we are, the mangrove forest. This is a nursery for small sharks, baby fish, baby birds. But mangroves are also disappearing as well. So it's important to protect the mangroves to protect the sharks and also the reefs for their little ones. Now here at the aquarium, we actually have a breeding program, SSP. That's heard SSP before? That's okay. So Species Survival Plan, that's what SSP stands for. It's a giant online dating site for sharks and other endangered animals. So pandas, koalas, elephants, rhinos, tigers, all your more famous endangered animals are on this list. What it does, it matches them together in zoos and aquariums for breeding. So they kind of see who's not identically related, come together and breed and have babies. And those babies go to the wild or somewhere else, continues the population. A big thing right now is on koalas. So like I saw the koalas in the fire recently. So now all koalas in the zoos now are they're going to look to them and see which ones are not, genetically identical, have to breed, have to go to Australia pretty soon to help that population out. So it's like a little insurance policy there for heart or other species. But yeah, at the aquarium, we're trying to hopefully breed these guys. We only have 2 males. We're waiting for a female to come visit, or the boys might go on some dates. But the thing about sharks, they're really, really hard to breed. So sand tigers don't really have a breeding season. Only 1 aquarium have a red list. 1 in Australia. That's it. So we're all trying to work together in the entire U.S. through the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, AZA. We're trying to figure out how they breed, and we're studying all sand tiger sharks and we work together. And then eventually breed and have a baby sand tiger sharks. That is the goal. It's very, very tricky. We're still looking at it. It's not we don't know about sharks, but hopefully soon we will accomplish that goal. That's everybody about it. So it's a cool project, but unfortunately we're losing.
I was going to say, when you're losing, it's hard to breathe when you're
Like I
losing.
mentioned earlier, as that goes, everything falls apart.
Yeah.
Now my final thing about sand tiger sharks. How many of you guys like to meet one up close? Personally? A couple of you, it's okay. So believe it or not, we offer a swim with the shark program. Let me explain first. So for $100, if you're 9 and older, you don't have to be a scuba diver, you don't have to know how to swim. You can swim with our large sharks for 30 minutes. The way it works, you wear scuba gear, you get to wear a flotation device, breathe through an air regulator, but you float up the surface and get to spend 30 minutes with these big fellas. Get nice and up close and personal and actually meet these guys face to face. I've done it a couple times. I have all my fingers attacked, so I promise you. But if you really want to try it, it's something really cool to think about.
That's my coffee,
If
yeah.
you want to meet sharks, this is the way to do it. Now, if you are a diver and you're certified, you can go to the bottom and dive if you're 14 and older, and that's 30 minutes. That's about $110. So always offer that just in case. If you want to book one, go online or talk to your services. Highly recommend it. Very fun. Really, really cool. And you get a nice video flash of yourself at the end. All included.
Oh, that's neat.
You want to do that. So.
Not really.
Any shark question for you?
What are the baby sharks?
Baby sharks are called pups. So like a puppy, but for a baby shark. When they're born, they're on their own, on the spectrum. She might actually try to keep them in some cases, unfortunately. So what happens at the aquarium, if we do have a baby that's born, we'll probably bring it to our nursery, our 30-foot round, it's a 30-foot wide area. It's just for new animals and younger animals. When that gets bigger, we'll tag it and put it to the wild.
So they were born naturally hunters.
Natural hunters with all their teeth and all their instincts.
They're born healthy?
All their teeth, and then they'll lose them. And as they get bigger, they'll get bigger and bigger.
I was going to say,
baby
and
teeth.
then they just have so many already to replace it.
Yep, they'll lose about 30,000 teeth over the course of their lifetime. And they lose about 1 tooth a week here at the aquarium and about 1,000 a year. If you go see our sharks at the end, we have one, he's got two teeth that are about to fall out.
Oh, thank you.
From his jaws. They might have fallen out, but they're really close to falling out. Any other questions on sharks or anything? I'm just going to go down the line to snakes. So, you probably saw the snakes earlier. I'm going to like snakes. I know. So, this is a Burmese python. If you've already, you've probably heard that name before. This is actually a skull of one. If you want to feel it, just 2 fingers as they come around. Now, the Burmese python is a bit of a bad snake to have in the area. You may know why they're a bad snake to have in Florida. Yes, they can definitely eat pets and other things that they're not supposed to. So, if you don't know, pythons are an invasive species. They're actually native to Asia, not really Florida. But they were once kept as pets. The thing is, though, a lot of them escaped and came out into the wild, and now they're taking over the Florida Everglades. And now there's too many of them. There's estimated to be millions of pythons all over the Florida area taking over. So it's really, really bad what we have here. You guys want to touch it with 2 fingers? Now these guys are constrictors, which means they're going to squeeze their prey. They're not going to use any venom. They'll use their muscles and suffocate it and then swallow it whole. A lot of snakes, their cool trick is their bottom jaw. We can unhinge a little bit to swallow very, very large prey in one gulp.
I got a question.
You have a question?
Is that
Okay.
considered the head of a full-size one, or?
This one, yeah, it would be a really full-size python, probably about 10 or 12 feet. That's about as big as our girls are. But there have been some stories or rumors of 20-foot pythons out there. But the average is usually 12, 15 feet for a big, big one. Reticulated pythons, their cousins, have been known to get 30 feet. They're much, much longer, though. But there haven't many of those spotted in Florida, but could happen, hopefully not. But yes, so like I said earlier, when they are eating, they do unhinge their jaws to swallow prey that's very large. Pythons can swallow gators nowadays. They can swallow deers in some cases. In Africa, they can swallow antelopes, pigs, other creatures. But a snake cannot swallow any of us. Can you guess why the snake can't swallow a person? You have a guess? What do you think? We're too big? Yes, that's part of it. Now, you know what part of our body saves us? The shoulders. Yes, our shoulders are too broad. So a snake can unhinge his jaws to here, and then that's about it. So he can give you a nice big hug, but he won't swallow you. So no matter what story you hear about man-eating snakes that are like 100-foot anacondas, it's probably a myth and just probably a really big snake that's oversized. The thing about snakes is, you guys know they shed their skin from time to time. What happens is people sometimes collect the skins, they stretch them out, and it makes the snake almost twice as long. So imagine a 12-foot snake can be like a 20, almost 30-foot snake by stretching out the skin, which is obviously not the case. It can also be sometimes a mistaken identity, mistaken issues, things like that. Like I mentioned earlier, this guy is a predator, but not a good one here in Florida. Like I said, it is an invader. And sadly, Florida is full of invaders. We got lionfish, we got wild boars, we got the tegu lizards, bunch of parrots, and heaven sakes, the iguanas down south. So it's really sad. But the good news, if you do see a snake, just report official wildlife. They'll take care of it. There is a hunting season for pythons, and apparently you get a reward if you catch the biggest snake every year. I don't know how much money it is, but every year if you go out there and catch the biggest or largest snake of the season, you get a lot of money.
So outside of hunting season, what are they doing to help?
They'll just catch them, and they'll probably catch them. The thing is, they want to catch the big females. So big female snakes are going to obviously have the eggs. They can lay between 30, 40 eggs a season, and then she'll watch over them until they hatch. So the big thing, catch bigger snakes, take them out, and they will probably dispose of them in different ways. I'm not sure specifically how, but they will take them out if they need to. Because every snake, like I said, can carry 30, 40 eggs for a female. That's too many at one time. Yep. So it's a slow process. They're not actually under control. There's still probably millions of them all around Florida. So it's a slow process. That's how it works. But good question. Any other snake questions? Yes and no. So the easiest way for pythons or most snakes is the girl snakes are the bigger ones. Males tend to be a little smaller. Now they're the same size. The only way is to actually go under the skirt. So the way you can tell, we actually have 2 female pythons. Their names are Bubbles and Sarah's. They were someone's pets. But the way they actually do it, they actually can put the fingers up, called cloaca, that's the eggs come out, and they feel something in there. It's a male. They don't. It's a girl. So it's a way to do it. It's a little bit stressful. They don't do it for all snakes. They do it for alligators too, but usually the size is your first indicator. Bigger tend to be a girl, smaller tend to be a boy. For anacondas and boas, though, it's a little easier. Adult male boa constrictors and adult male pythons, or anacondas, have little tiny spurs or leftover hind legs on their backsides. That's you know it's a boy. They're not sure what they're for. They think it might be to help attract or tickle a female to see if she's interested in starting a family. Or might be left over when they used to have legs. They don't quite know. The female anacondas don't have that, but they're also bigger. So that's kind of the only other little cheat code. My best way is just size. If it's big, probably a girl. If it's smaller and skinny, probably a boy. Good question. Any other questions on snakes? Alright, well I'll move on to the last, more famous, probably well-known member on this table. You guys probably know, it's an alligator skull. But does anybody know the difference between gators and crocs? You might know the difference. The snout is different. Do you know specifically for the snout, the shape?
Like, is it a crocodile like narrow arrow?
Yep. So croc would be like the V shape you tell everybody, or triangle shape. Alligator is more of a U or half circle. Yeah, very good. The next way to tell is the teeth. So when a gator closes its mouth, the top teeth cover the top. If it was a croc closing its mouth, the bottom teeth would shut. Yeah, so that's another way. And the last thing to check is the color. So most gators, they're not green, they're actually uniformly blackish colored, really pretty dark. Crocs have the spotted oranges and brown markings, even when they're adults. So that's another way to tell.
And what's normally bigger, the alligator or the croc?
Normally the croc. So the biggest croc out there is the saltwater crocodile, or salties. They can get up to 20 feet and weigh nearly 2 tons. To give you an eye or perspective, their head would be there and their tail would probably be back that way. And those guys are bigger. The average gator, about 10, 12 feet, sometimes 15 feet, so obviously much less than that. Yeah. And believe it or not, crocs have the stronger bite. So gators have a bite force of about 1,000 pounds per square inch. But a croc could be 2,000 pounds per bite per square inch. So almost twice as much. But they're still very powerful creatures and predators. Now this guy is going to use his mouth to obviously eat different things. Fish. He'll also eat things like turtles, sometimes other gators. They can be cannibalistic. And sometimes they'll often use them to help them out when they're rearing their young. So mama gators actually carry their babies in their mouth when they're born. So the babies will chirp, they go, make a little chirping sound. Mom comes over, digs them out of the nest, scoops them up, and she actually gently cradles her babies and takes them to the water and disposes of them in the water and protect them. So they're very, very good mothers. So even though they look big and scary, they're very good at parenting and very, very smart. Believe it or not, we actually train our gators with target training. Have you guys heard of target training possibly before? So what it is we actually ask the animals to come to a target, they touch it with their nose, they get a reward. For gators, that's gator biscuits. That's their favorite food. What is a gator biscuit? A big, meaty, nutritional food that's good for gators. That's why it's called a gator biscuit. AKA it's like catnip or kibbles and bits for gators. That's the best way to describe it.
What is it made of?
Kind of meats, a bit of horse meat in there, nutritional parts, bones. Pretty much everything a gator needs to be healthy. So like it's like us having a Nutri-Grain bar, but imagine it more meaty. That's what a gator biscuit kind of is. But it's for gators. There's even monkey biscuits for lemurs, but that's more fruits and veggies and all that in there. I've had some. It's very, very citrusy. So you ever want to try that? I promise you, it tastes like literally the sweetest Nutri-Grain bar. That's like orangey citrusy. It's kind of bitter, but as if everyone has. But yeah, we have trained our gators for different things, and these guys, like I said, are very smart. They can respond to their names. But also it makes them really cool animals. They're also a keystone species in the wetlands and in Florida. So as a predator, they do control populations of species, but they protect other animals. Any guess what other animals these guys protect? I'll give you, which one? I'll give you hints. It's got feathers. Birds. Yes, so these guys are watchdogs. So you guys know birds lay eggs in nests, right? In trees. But Mr. Raccoon comes along and wants to grab an egg. But a lot of birds nest above a gator wherever they hang out. That way the raccoon comes to the front door and he's got to go through the watchdog, the gator. So the gators help protect birds. And in the dry season, gators create gator holes. What they do is they dig big holes of water, so when it dries up all around, there's still water for the gators to hang out, but also fish and turtles can hang out there as well. Usually gators aren't going to eat them, and everyone makes it through the dry season. So even things like the deers and other birds coming by, everyone gets to survive. So these guys, very, very helpful to us in the environment and the other animals. So very top predator, keystone species, and very helpful, especially for us and other creatures. So just keep that in mind. They look scary, but think about how much good they do. Think about how all these animals, they look big and scary. They have teeth, they have claws, they have, different things and coils, but they're helpful and they're keystone. Now, does anyone have any final questions on this table? Yes, sir.
Is there a big difference between the alligator guys and the crocodile guys?
That's a good question. Depends on where they live. It's very similar. Most gators and crocs will take similar things, but usually more African crocs, like Nile crocs, prefer to take things like wildebeest and antelopes and zebras, whereas most gators will probably take a fish or a turtle. So they're going to take whatever passes by near the water that's close. Usually they're going to bite, hold it, they'll probably do the death roll. You probably heard of them rolling around and bite a chunk, and then swallow a piece whole. That's a good question. Yeah. Any other questions?
Is it possible for gators and crocs to mate?
Actually, I don't quite know. I will tell you this. There has been some hybrid crocodiles in Asia. So there's one actually, it's someplace in Florida, I forgot. But he's the biggest croc on record. He's a mix of a Siamese crocodile and a mugger crocodile. And it's like almost 20 feet. So those can interbreed. Here in Florida, we actually do have both gators and crocs living together in South Florida. It's the only place where we'll both live. They usually don't breed together, because crocs tend to be a bit more snappier than a gator, and most crocs like more saltier, marshier water, whilst gators only like fresh water. Because crocs, if you heard the term crocodile tears, crocodiles drink water but actually cry out the salt. So that's how they can live in salt water. Gators can't do this. They need like freshwater ponds, lakes, and rivers. They probably could. I don't think everyone's ever tried, but possibly. But I do know there is a bit of crocodile hybridization every now and then with some species, but usually only in a different zoo.
Is one more territorial?
Usually crocs be more territorial, so they're going to have a croc boss. That's the biggest croc in the area. He's going to be the one that gets all the food, he gets all the ladies and all the space. Smaller crocs tend to avoid him. Gators of similar size can mingle and be okay, but smaller gators, like I said, can be eaten by a bigger gator. So usually they're going to avoid it. As a matter of fact, if you hear on the news like gators being in people's houses and pools, those are small gators. So they're trying to avoid the bigger guys. That's why they come into our space, because they're losing habitat. The bigger ones are actually sitting in a pond or lake in their own area. They're just trying to avoid getting attention from the smaller, or small ones get attention from the bigger ones. So, yeah. But yeah, gators, like I said, they can be by themselves. Sometimes they'll hang out together, but usually you're going to see similar size. Different sizes, not going to last very long. Unless it's a male and a female. Because a male croc can be twice the size of a female croc, and he'll protect his ladies with his life. So I remember watching Crocodile Hunter and Steve Irwin, and every time he went to go move a crocodile, he had to move the male first, then the female, because the male would try out, anytime. So if you watch any movies, you probably know that they're very protective. Like I said, very smart. Absolutely. All right. Any other questions though for me, guys? All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for helping out with my project today. Once again, my name's Sean. You guys come up and touch any other table if you like to. Again, any questions, definitely ask. But keep your eyes out for all these animals because you can find them here at the aquarium. Thank you so much, guys.
Where can we find more?